Hi everyone, welcome. So today I'm working on the front of my trailer. We're just doing a little bit of work down here to the propane tanks. We're moving the propane tanks, we're painting it, and we're moving the battery box, and I'm putting in a new jack. So if you'd like to follow along as I discuss what I'm doing here. So I'm just doing the front hitch here, and a few modifications I did to the front hitch. And also I was painting it, so I thought we could talk about that a little bit. So first of all, the first modification I did is I welded in this angle iron here so that I can mount my double propane tank holder back further. So that's going to be quite a bit back further. It was before right up in here. And then with the battery box, it was tight, really tight against my my jack. So now that'll push it all back. So now it should be very close to where my regulator is. And then I'll mount my tanks in here. Then I'll have room for my battery box. And I'll show you that once I get it done. The other thing I did is this old jack here, it's been giving me grief. And so I got one of these new ones from Kurt. And there's the part number for that. So it's the same thing, mounts in the little triangle there inside, except this one, it's got the front crank on the handle. So when I mount it in there like that, I'll be able to just crank it out front. So it's not going to run into the battery box. Like before, when you're winding, you would hit the battery box. It was just a pain. So now it'll be all in the front. And I find the gearing system in the new ones is much better too. So it seems to work a lot better. So that's the next change that I made up here. As for the paint for my frame, I'm just using trim clad, or Rust-Oleum. I think that's what they call it in the States. But it's just a cheap oil-based paint. You can see it's oil-based technology there, it says. Works really good for, I find anyways, for frames. But what I do is I add a little bit of this hardener. So universal urethane hardener, and I might just put a little bit in the container here, and then I'll just add like a cap or two full here, mix it up, and then I paint that on. I just find it flows better, it smooths out a little faster, and also it's much harder once it's done. The finish is much harder, and it'll dry faster, because this trim clad, if you ever use that before, it takes forever to dry. I'm painting in the heat, which is not a good idea. It's much better if you can just paint it when it's cool out, maybe overcast, a little bit warm, but overcast. Otherwise what happens is you can see you get the brush strokes, the lines. I do have a sprayer that I've got, and a compressor and everything, but I find just to mask everything off, to tape it all off, and then the overspray and everything, it's easier just to brush it on. So you can see I kind of just brush that on there. And you put it on thick enough, it does level itself out a little bit. And with that hardener in the paint, mixed in with the paint, it makes it much stronger. It's a much stronger finish. So I'll put this all together and I'll show you the finished product. The jack's in there, you can see it hangs down exactly the same amount as the original, the old one. And it's got the same reach on it too, comes down the same amount. But the only thing difference, I don't know whether it's the gearing or whatever, but it is super easy. Like, I mean, one finger to go up and down. Compared to the old one, you really had to put your back into it. So that's it all set up now. And I think I'm quite happy with that. And again, just moving a lot more of the weight back onto the trailer and giving me more room around my jack. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, maybe you can take some of the things and use it on your own trailer. If you liked it, please hit like or subscribe for more videos coming, and also a few camping videos. We're heading out in a couple days, so that's going to be linked also on my channel. Anyways, have a great day.